Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Your Disabled Joy. My name is Nico Meyering, and I use he, him pronouns. I'm a white man with parted blonde hair, a black headset on, and a green flannel shirt, seated indoors against a white and blue background. And like about 20% of the global population, I'm disabled. Non-disabled people might see our lives as tragic, pitiful, sad, but I don't know. I've been disabled a pretty long time, guys, and I think there's also room for disabled joy. The disability community has as many members as it has opinions, which is why I've asked my friend Oyedayo here with me today to talk about disabled joy. Hi, Oyedayo. How are you doing?
I am doing really great myself. Thank you very much. And I'm a Black African woman. I have braids and I'm wearing a red glasses. I have a nose piercing as well as I'm wearing a white top, a white jacket over a white top. I have my black headset on and I'm outside of a building and my background is the white wall with windows. So I'm doing really great. Thank you very much.
Fantastic, thank you. And thank you for joining me. Can you share a joyful memory with me? It could have to do with your disability or your diagnosis, or it could be totally independent. Either is valid.
Oh, wow. I have such quite a number of joyful memories, but the last one I can remember the one of many I would like to share is I just had my surgery. I have cerebral palsy. So from between the ages of when I was born to like 8 to 10, I had like numerous surgeries. I had like 8 surgeries. And the last surgery I had was tendon release. And I was in school then, but I was in and out of school. I couldn't really attend classes and, tend that to the surgery as well as the recovery process and then the physiotherapy. So I I had my classmates as well as the Reverend sisters in the school I was attending because I attended a convent school come around and I wasn't expecting that, but they did come around and it was a very joyful moment for me. I was very young, but it's something I owed very dearly because there's a type of aloneness that comes with being a person with disability, but them showing up just validates the fact that I'm a part of something big. I'm a part of this world. I am significant, and I'm also a part of them. So it was very joyful, and it is still joyful till now. And that's just one of the very many joyful memories I've had. And another one I'm having right now is I'm somewhere in Mozambique and I'm just sitting having this interview and the sun is setting right now and it has such a magnificent view. This is the most magnificent sunset I've ever experienced and I've cried. And yeah.
That's really fantastic. Thank you. That brought me a lot of joy hearing that, and I'm so glad that you managed to have these surgeries to give you a better quality of life, and then to have that support network of your classmates, your friends right there. That's really fantastic. How has your disabled journey or your disability kind of interfered or intersected rather with your ability to pursue joy and to pursue your own happiness?
So as a person with disability, from when I was young, I've been fed with diets of shame. And the shame comes with, oh, you have to be in hiding. You can go out, but you only have to go to certain places that won't make you feel a particular way. So there's always that shame. And all the time, all the shame has to do with me. It has to do with me being a person with disability and not about the environment that is disabling, that is, amplifying our disability. So each time there is always that stigma, there's always that discrimination that comes with it. And so far that discrimination and stigma is there, the pursuit for joy and happiness is also infringed. So it took a lot of intentionality, a lot of self-work to get to the point where there is joy in everything and tapping into joy, as well as unlearning and finding my own asana, because I've been constantly fed shame. And that shame also prevents me from getting or centering joy and happiness within my life. So as a person with disabilities, the things that brings people joy, such as housing, accommodation, family, religion, or let's even say having romantic relationships, or are somewhat not as easy to find, especially when you live. Yeah, so the things that bring people joy, housing, accommodation, romantic relationship, employment, and etc. for people without disabilities are somewhat hard to tap into as a person with disability, especially when you live in a country like Nigeria, and especially when you embody multiple marginalized identities. So I'm a quite disabled woman. So I'm already experienced discrimination, exclusion on the basis of my gender identity. Then I experienced multiple forms of marginalization on the basis of my disability status. Then I now embody multiple marginalized identities on the basis of my disability status, gender identity, and sexual orientation. And finding joy or centering joy within all these social identities, it's like a very hard nut to crack. But like I said, unlearning that diet of shame I've been constantly fed is also very important. And one step for me to do that is embracing communalism, is embracing communities. It is finding joy within communities. Finding joy within communities made me find joy within myself. I know it's popularly said that you need to be happy before you can, give happiness or something, but I found joy by being in community, and communing with community has made me also be a joyful person. And even when I don't feel like it, I know that I have a resting point. I know that I have a strong pillar, which is the community, to stand with me, to support me through the process. So it's a very difficult process. And I do have my bad days. I have a lot of bad days. And there are days I have flare days as well, where I'm actually in like physical pain from disability. Just 2 days ago on Saturday, I fell into a manhole, and I was heavily bruised. I am still heavily bruised. And next morning I had to go on like a 10 hours flight. But I did that. So I have really flare days, but there's just always that constant push. I don't know what it is, but I know it is very heavy on community. It is very heavy on, I see other people that look like me or present like me, or they are, structurally positioned just as I am. And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I could also do that someday. And that is why representation is important. But we are not going to go there. That's a long word, but joy is at the center of my being. And as a poor disabled woman, I've never been happier by being embracing my truth, embracing and showing up with my full hazard.
That's a really wonderful answer. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you're, heavily bruised, but okay from your fall. Thank you again. I love what you say about shame being a barrier to joy, right? And then also you point out that a lot of adult life is unlearning stuff, just as we have to learn stuff. Thank you for your answer. What one thing do you want everyone else to know about disabled life and disabled quality of life?
Just like I said earlier, to answer to one of the question is persons with disabilities, they require reasonable accommodation to be made for them in order for them to live independently. And so far those accommodations are not made, it hinders the quality of life persons with disabilities live. And it also goes on to talk about the positionality of persons with disabilities. So in order for us to get to that place, everyone, all hands has to be on deck, or everybody has to be on deck to understand, not to accept, but to understand, and to ensure reasonable accommodations are made. Because only then will persons with disability be able to live up to their full potential. Because persons with disability are a wealth of untapped resources and a wealth of untapped ideas. And why this has gone on for years is because the lived realities of persons with disability has not been meaningfully recognized, and reasonable accommodations has not been made for persons with disabilities globally. I'm breaking it down to the global south, to Nigeria specifically where I live. There are laws and policies. However, we all need to move to an unquestioned understanding that disabled lives are worth living, and disabled people also deserve joy. Disabled people also deserve love. Disabled people are people deserving of love and joy. And once you have that at the back of your mind, that persons with disabilities actually have lives that are worth living, I think then we can proceed into knowing and recognizing and centering joy of persons with disabilities even as you live your life, and stop passing persons with disabilities money. Like you see a person with disability and your first thought is to hand them money or to fix them. That is the problem. You need to fix the environment that makes us stable. You need to provide reasonable accommodations. You need to not just integrate persons with disabilities in your programming and not just integrate persons with disabilities into schools. There has to be reasonable accommodations and meaningful engagement of persons with disabilities.
Thank you so much. A call for greater equity and a promotion of the social model of disability, I hear. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Oyedayo. My last planned question is one that I ask all of my interviewees, regardless of project. Is there a recent win that you're celebrating that you want to mention so we can celebrate with you? Or if not, where can people find you online? What cool things are you doing? This is your chance to be your own cheerleader, to really brag about yourself. So please take it away.
I recently applied for a diploma course in gender studies and training. And I did the interview like 2-3 weeks ago, and that is to come. So I'm putting it out to the universe. That is going to be positive, and it's going to be a joyful result for me. So a big fingers crossed that is gonna come.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm hoping the best for you. Oyedayo, I really want to thank you. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I think that you had some very on-point answers. So I really appreciate that. Thank you again. All right, audience, tune in next time, and remember, I'm rooting for you.